You are the luckiest person on earth and you get all the best opportunities in the whole world. You need to start believing in it. So, what exactly is a lucky person and what differentiates a normal person from a lucky person? Let's get into that. The first thing that differentiates a normal person from a lucky person is the way they manifest things, the way they think about things. It's mainly in what they expect out of the world. What outcome do they expect from the actions that they take? And what choices do they make? What do they want to create in the world, basically? The negative person, the average person, always goes into things with a rather negative, or how they like to say it, realistic mindset by saying, you know what, I send out job applications, but I don't think that they're gonna text me back. I think they're all gonna ghost me. And that is the realistic average approach. A lucky person, on the other hand, sends out the applications, usually forgets about that, and only receives the good positive feedback with positivity. So the person sends out the CVs, the resumes, but only when good feedback or any feedback comes in, they remember they sent out these resumes and they do not bother with overthinking it. They do not bother thinking what will happen if it doesn't work out. They deal with it when this reality sets in. So they go into their choices with no to low expectations. By setting up expectations too high, you set yourself up for, well, being disappointed by things. That is something the lucky person does not do. Since they have very low to no expectations at all, they only perceive everything that they receive with gratitude. They are grateful for the things that they get to experience without having a negative expectation out of it. No negative outcomes. And if something bad happens, then they'll figure it out on the go. This actually even leads us to the second point. So, anxiety is created by an average, non lucky person. This is the thing I said in the first point before, that we lucky people, we do not go into situations, into choices with the mindset of expecting something. We do not worry about what will happen. We only receive everything we get with gratitude. And anxiety is something that is actually pretty stupid. So we are worrying about a scenario that did not happen yet. And by worrying about it, we are already gripping onto this negative feeling. We are gripping onto the frustration, the scaredness we have, and that keeps us holding back. That keeps the positivity back. Because on the other hand, if we have positive anxiety, so basically we expect only good outcomes, and then it didn't turn out positively, for example, you get a rejection, even though you 100% thought that you will be accepted, then you get disappointed, and the frustration, the anger, it all just overwhelms you. That is also a sort of anxiety that is pretty negative. So even positive anxiety, even when you think for sure that this will work out, if it doesn't, then you're just left alone, and that is not good either. So all sorts of anxiety, no matter if it's negative or positive, should not be the norm. That's something that lucky people do not hold on to. This leads us to point 3. Point number 3 being opportunities. Lucky people get a lot of opportunities, but so do unlucky people. The way that lucky people think is more, you could say, egoistic, because lucky people like to prioritize their own well-being over the outcomes of an opportunity. So, for example, there is an opportunity that will benefit you in your career. But right now, your priority is your family, your mental health, and you actually want to take a vacation. You do not really want this job or this job opportunity. Then the average person, the not lucky person, might say, you know what, I will never get another chance like this in my whole lifetime. I will need to take this. If I don't take this, I will never get another chance. I will never get another opportunity, basically. And this is the mistake. Lucky people, they do not see opportunities as being scarce, right? That's why right now, for example, I have a very, well, relaxed phase. I could go on a job hunt and look for multiple jobs to spend my spare time in, but I know that my priority are my university studies right now. So that's why I try to keep everything aligned so that I'm not stressed right now, that I can take care of my mental health, my physical health, while at the same time concentrating on what outcome I want to create with my university studies. So I'm not scared of whether I will succeed in my university studies or not. I just think of how can I feel the best right now while also succeeding somehow, but not gripping onto this idea of succeeding in one sphere and then crippling in another sphere. So all my priorities need to be maxed out in a positive sense. I do not sacrifice my mental health for studies or for my career. And I suggest everyone to do that themselves too. So just set your priorities straight and know what opportunities might benefit your certain priorities and what opportunities will make you neglect your priorities and the way things interfere with your daily lives. And I know for most of us, it does take some work to do, some mental inner work to recover from these traumatizing experiences. But it's not something we should hold on to or something we should identify ourselves with it. I often see in the comment section of mental health videos people saying, "Oh, I've been so traumatized from the age of 15 with this and that, and I suffer from depression now or anxiety." And that's something I do not think people should do. So do not identify yourself with your trauma, but rather see it as a stepping stone to overcoming your shadow experience. This is what I like to call your shadow experiences, your villain arc, so to say, which make you become more aware of yourself, aware of your own priorities, of your needs. That is a stepping stone to becoming your higher self. So do not see your traumatizing experiences as something that's holding you back, but instead something that pushed you forward in life, pushed you more to a certain age or a certain mental age, so to say, that makes you realize what you actually need, what you value. And by only framing it as something positive, you more often will experience positive opportunities, positive choices, positive situations, and people around you, since you're not gripping onto the negative experience. It's the same psychology as with cars. So if someone tells you, do not think of a red car, what are you thinking of? A red car. Or when you talk to yourself, I haven't seen much yellow cars lately. Then you can observe over the next couple days that you will notice much more yellow cars on the road, because now you're hyper fixated on this. And it's the same with traumatizing and sad experiences. If you're hyper fixated on the negative experiences you've had in your life, then nothing positive will be observed by you. Only more negative pattern seeking. It's your brain trying to seek a pattern in your thoughts, in your observations, in your life, basically. And that's something that lucky people do. They only frame everything as positive so that the pattern in your brain recognizes only positive opportunities, positive situations, and positive life choices, basically. Yeah, I hope that's understandable. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have any thoughts, please share it below in the comments. I would love to read it. I would love to, well, read your opinion on what you think a lucky person is or what it's supposed to be. And I hope to see you in the next one.